to mine. There's no telling what our feet can find. Open up and listen to the morning like a song carried on the breeze. We spent all this time chasing the horizon. Now we see.
So how we met though, at the rock climbing gym, us and a third friend just kind of met and were talking as we were doing some climbing.
I had just gotten to Provo after being up at BYU, Idaho, and so I would come climbing because that's the only thing I had, only thing I knew, no classes, no student apartment, no nothing. So I'd bug people at the rock gym. And I don't know, like a week after I got here, I ran into him and his friend and started climbing with them and just chatting with them.
Yeah. And the first time we met, actually, I contributed absolutely nothing to the conversation. I did not say a single thing in that conversation. It was just the other friend, except this other friend was not doing any work whatsoever. Olivia was like, hey, let's go climb me again or something. And he was like, sure, and did not set anything up, did not get her number, did not do anything there.
And we were heading out the door, putting on our shoes.
And so the only thing I contributed to that first conversation was getting her number and setting up the next time we'd meet. That was it. And so, yeah, it was interesting. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be sad if we don't do this again. She seemed really down to do it, so.
And the funny part about it was after that, we were climbing not only every week, but eventually every day.
So the first date story, how'd that go?
It was a little interesting because we were rock climbing, as we do, with some friends. And this was a friend with Idaho that I went country dancing with a lot. And so I turned to him and I asked, like, oh yeah, do you do country dancing? And he said yes. And so I'm like, sweet, when do you go? Because it'd be fun to go. And he says Tuesdays. Now, I have Institute on Tuesdays. And so I turned to him and I'm like, oh yeah, I have Institute on Tuesdays. And he's like, oh. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind missing it for a date.
The look there. Yes. So the date was for a Tuesday. And that Monday, I was at her apartment doing some like TA work, grading some papers or something.
And I was cooking dinner because I hadn't eaten yet. So we were hanging out.
I was sitting on her couch and she comes and she sits on the couch about 1.5 feet away from me. And I made a jab at her. I was like, oh, this is the closest you've ever initiated getting to me, which was true at the time. Yes, it was. It was. So I made that jab. And then she was like, oh, and came and sat down right next to me. And
because I was like, bet, I'm not scared of being close to you.
And so then about, we were dating before our first date then. So,
yeah, pretty much.
Stretching out before all these places here within our reach. Don't know where we'll go from here. You can take me anywhere, 'cause anywhere with you is where I wanna be.
How'd our first kiss go?
Interesting.
I don't know exactly what I had said, but I had never had a first kiss. Never.
Me also never having kissed anyone, having to teach her how to kiss me. That was an interesting thing. So, I don't remember what we were doing, but I think, no, your family, I don't know. But her car was at a restaurant that we'd driven off and done some other things in my car. And so we were driving back to the restaurant. We were just in the parking lot of the restaurant. And I think...
just chatting in the car.
Yeah, I think I asked you to kiss, and I was like, hey, like we could kiss or something. I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but you said yes to that. So, let's see. I won't give the background. What did you think of the proposal? And then I'll tell all the stuff underneath to get to this point.
Okay.
What'd you think of the proposal?
So that day was my birthday. And we had done activities with friends the night before, the day of. We had plans with my family for dinner that night. And so we were doing D&D with friends.
I made sure to actually celebrate her birthday. The proposal was not the only thing going on there.
True. And so we were hanging out with friends doing D&D till around 2:30ish. And we were also leaving for Christmas with his family the next day. So I had not packed, neither had he. I was super tired, I was super hungry, and so I'm like, okay, I just need a bit of time to like start packing and stuff. And he wanted to go on a drive. That's not uncommon. We would drive up in the mountains, chat for a little while, take a break from things, hang out for a bit. And I was sitting there thinking about the things I had left to do that day and the minimal time I had to do them, and I was like, and he's like, no, just a quick one, just a quick one. And I'm like,
Let's
okay.
see, 2 weeks before this, I had gone to a jewelry shop and taken her to like kind of pick out a ring. And it was Jared's, and they were saying like, oh, mid-January, and I was really stressed because I wanted to propose early. I wanted to propose way earlier than that. And so I went to another jewelry store that was able to turn around the ring in 2 weeks. And it was ready right on the 20th. It was ready on the 20th at like 3 o'clock, which was right before I proposed to her. She said we were playing games with friends till like 2. It was right before. So I was stressing. And when she's over here like, nah, I don't really want to go on this drive. I got stuff to pack. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I have your pregnant, like 6 months pregnant sister is standing out in the cold, preparing all of these rose petals and candles and stuff. We have to go. So I'm going to be dragging you out there. And so the whole thing of trying to convince her, and she was like, no, and whatnot. And actually, you were like, there better not be a ring, like 3 times.
So it was a little suspicious, but there was nothing else to be suspicious of. There were 1 or 2 cars there. I didn't recognize them. And so we got out, and I put on a coat actually over this as well, because I was kind of cold. And he's like, oh, you won't need that. This'll be quick. And I'm like, well, if it'll be quick, I'm still going to take my jacket. There's no reason not to. And so we start walking along the trail and along the little like path that goes around the park, and we're just hanging out, and he asked me how I'm doing for like the 5th time, and I'm like, there's something off about this.
She was watching. She was suspicious. So as we get up to the...
What'd you have Becca do?
Oh yeah, so her sister Becca, like 6 months pregnant, was gonna hide in the bushes and like be there try and photograph it, and I was like, no. She's gonna be looking. You can't be like anywhere visible. You gotta be behind a concrete wall. You can't even have your car in the parking lot. Like, you can't have a car there to be recognized. And so she was dropped off. If we had not gone up, she was like there like an hour beforehand setting it up, and dropped off by her husband. So we were her ride back. So she was in this park just with like the flowers and candles and stuff, and had it all set up and was like hiding back behind a wall for like a while there. And so yeah, and you would not stop looking at me. You were suspicious. You were extremely suspicious when we walked up to the... So actually, they set it up really nicely because you couldn't see any of the rose petals or any of the candles or anything.
Not a single one.
Until we'd walked all the way into this little amphitheater place. And so she was looking in the bushes and already suspicious. And then she saw that and was really suspicious.
But I couldn't fully call him out on it because Jared would take another month before the ring was ready. So how could he have the ring? And he's known to be somewhat romantic, and he'd been giving me roses for like the past day and a half for my birthday.
I've been giving her roses for the entire week, basically, for her birthday, every day almost. I was trying to like turn her around so I didn't have to like get on one knee in front of her. And like I was like doing this little dance to try and like have her, so like she'd turn around and I'd already be on one knee. And she was looking at me intently. She would not look away. Every time I'd spin her, she'd like snap around and be like looking at me suspiciously. And so I did manage to get it all set up, and it was great, and I proposed, and the first thing out of her mouth was "you butt," which I thought was hilarious.
The reason is because it was a surprise. No matter how much I looked, I could not find enough solid clues to call it out beforehand confidently. So it was an actual surprise, and that's why that was the first thing out of my
It
mouth.
was a very, very good surprise. I eventually was like, you have to actually answer, and then she said yes.
Hey, you didn't say anything. You just
Think
sat there
I
waiting
did.
too.
I don't know. I actually don't really remember. I was like shaking. It was bad. The anxiety and build up to this point. I was like, will you marry me? I actually don't remember almost anything of the exact moment. I was so stressed. But she said yes. I do remember that probably happened. I think, yeah.
All of these days stretching out before us. All these places here within our reach. Don't know where we go from here. You can take me anywhere, 'cause anywhere with you is where I wanna be.
What are you looking forward to the most after we're married?
Going on trips with you. I feel like they're going to be very fun. No matter what it ends up being, it's going to be somewhat adventurous. And I know we'd be in a good spot to handle it, both because we're rock climbers, but also because we're both very good at communicating and level-headed and don't get thrown off easy. So no matter what happens, that'll be exciting. What about you?
I am looking forward to having someone to be with. So basically just anytime, have someone to go walk up and bug. You know, in the middle of the evening when I'm doing homework and I'm like, I want to take a break. Where's Olivia at? I can go and mess with
Run
you
and
a little
hide.
bit. Run and hide.
Nice.
Love you.
Love you.
What are 3 things you love about me?
One is that you are really good at making me laugh, which is also kind of annoying because it happens so often. Another one is that you are really determined. You're able to get stuff done. You're able to focus in on them. I mean, you're an engineer. That takes straight up determination. And then one of the other ones is that you're really aware. You're aware of those around you. You're aware of me. You're aware of what's going on. And it's really nice because it makes it so we're good at communicating because we notice things and we notice when things are off. What are some things you like about me?
Some things I like about you. Well, you're really kind. And there's a lot of times I feel like I say weird things. And one of the other things is kind of level-headed. It's not the most romantic, but
It doesn't need to be.
but you know, it makes it really nice to be around you. I can say things and work on things and be who I am, and you're supportive of me. I love that. So it's really nice that you're here for me.
Open up, listen to the morning like a song carried on the breeze. We spent all this time just chasing the horizon, and now we see all of these days stretching out before us. All these places right here within our reach. Don't know where we go from here. You can take me anywhere, 'cause anywhere with you is where I wanna be. Anywhere with you is where I wanna be.